Hi, I teach a class called Building Bluegrass Guitar Breaks, where we just take a song, a melody, and the chord progression, and build a break to it, okay? And I'm going to kind of give you an abbreviated version of what that class looks like. I'm working with a song here today called East Virginia Blues, and I've got the melody written out, and I'll sing it. I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina I did go. There I spied a fair young lady, and her age I do not know. So there's our melody, something real basic. And we start talking about how to create a break for that. And on a song like this, the first thing I think of is, well, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of length to the notes. I was born in East Virginia. Born. Well, when you're holding out a note like that, a lot of times that could be a Carter style thing where you use strumming afterwards. I was born in East Virginia. And literally the way I look at that is I say, well, you basically just strum in the rests. Now I could write some strumming in there, but it's hard to read a bunch of strumming. And you could just strum the rests. I was born. There's 4 rests. I strummed 4 times. Or I could do 4 double strums. I was born in East Virginia. You could, you could figure that out mathematically, or you could kind of feel it out if you're playing with the group. Another thing you could do with that is you could cross-pick it. Like a banjo player, that's how they get a sound that lasts a long time. I was born. So why don't we do that? Let's put a little cross-picking roll in there. So we take this word, I was born, and I'm going to make a cross-picking roll. Cross-picking is not the easiest thing in the world to do. I don't really mind if you do it down up, or and if you know another way to do it. The main thing is we've got a roll, and that roll lengthens the word. I was born in East Virginia. Let you see that on the other side of the screen here. I was born in East Virginia. All of a sudden, that's starting to sound pretty full. Now, one thing I got to tell you about is small chords. That's a C chord right there. And you got to hold that when you're playing the melody. If you're going to do the Carter style, you have to have that finger down. If you're going to do the cross picking, you have to have that finger down the whole time. That's one of the secrets. That's something you can't get out of tab. Okay, but now you know it. That's a C chord. Because you can do all your C licks with that finger down. Alright, let's go back over here. We'll do a little bit more. So the next thing I see is room for a fill. Fills happen between the poetry. I was born in East Virginia. North Carolina I did go. Okay, so between those two lines, now yeah, we can visibly see some room, okay? But let's just think a bit musically too, okay? So I'm going to come back. It's not just what you see on the paper, I was born in East Virginia. There's room in there after that line to play a few notes, okay? You know, if we had two instruments going, maybe the fiddle player would get in there and play a lick, or mandolin player would get in there and play a lick. If it's just you, maybe you would strum a little thicker right there. I was born in East Virginia. A little, you know, a little loud strum there. Maybe you'd play a little run. I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina. Well, if you're doing this as an arrangement, why couldn't you put that run in there right at that point? And then you can go on with the song. You know, I don't know if I like that run so much, but it could be a lot of different runs, and that's maybe one of these places in the class where we'd, you know, try to figure out what would be the best run to put in there. Could be a lot of different choices, and we can talk through that. Since it's just me today, I guess I get to pick. Let's see. In East Virginia. Let's see. I was born in East Virginia. Okay, I got one I like. I'll put in a run I like. See, I get to make the choices when it's by myself, but what fun is that? Now we go back to the regular song. Now we got everything in there. I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina. And we can go on like this through the whole song, and we do. And it ends up taking 45 minutes, an hour, or something like that. And at the end, we get a break to the song you can play. But more importantly, a little bit more idea of the experience of making a break. You know, a little more experience, I guess, like where you can get a pattern. You start to get the idea, oh, this is a place for a fill. We're trying to do breaks that sound like the melody. Sometimes we get off a little bit and we can add a run in or something. Maybe when I get to that F chord, I just throw some runs in. I was born in East Virginia. You know, and there is a place for that in bluegrass. What we are trying to avoid in this class, just the free form kind of bluegrass, which is good. I do that sometimes, where it's just kind of wild and crazy. It's not because that's not real. It's not because that's not a valid way to play. It's because I think sometimes it's harder to find a way to play the song that sounds like the song and sounds still really good. Okay? So come check out the class, andyslessons.com. And thanks for watching this video. And hopefully even this video you got some good tips. And like and subscribe, all that. And we will see you guys down the road. And I'll play it out with a little kind of improvised version of East Virginia Blues.